Good morning, everyone. I'm back. It's Saturday and we're gonna do a lot of pouring. I got a lot of stuff to show you guys. First off, of course, the updated sponsor list of October. I'd really like to thank everyone on here. I really appreciate you guys sponsoring my channel. I really do. So I'll put that away. Now, first thing, this is what you guys, I think some people asked to see this. Someone suggested I go look at Jane Monolith. She does a lot of this work too, but it's a little bit different because I like to do something more than just put these little things on there and cover it with the resin. As you can see, there's a lot of paint marker work on here. These little bubble things, as you can see, and all around here. So, and there's a little things on here going on. There's some bubbles here going on. So it looks the same. It's the same technique, only I like to work with it a little bit more. And this was the first one, and I really enjoyed doing this, so I'm going to do some more. But because it was the first one, for me, it's more experimenting and seeing what I have to do to make it good. And I wouldn't sell this one because it's a test case. I ordered a lot of these cradle panels, and what I discovered is that I shouldn't be taping around. I should just put the resin here and then push it to the edge. Not too much. You don't want it to dome because then when you torch it, it'll go over the side. So my first thing I learned was put resin in the middle and then just swipe it to the sides. No tape, because you get these sharp little things, you can feel that it has this sharp little side, so you don't want to do that. Another thing is, as you can see here, I'm not sure if you can pick it up. You can a little bit. See here? There's a little bulge in this thing. So no bulges whatsoever, because you absolutely can see it. See that? You don't want to have something bulging out of the resin. There is resin on the top, but also you can see it. And it's not totally, that you're thinking, you don't want that. No, but you want everything nice and smooth on there before you put resin on top. And make sure that there's no air under these things you stick on there. So stick them on really well, that there's absolutely no air underneath, because that comes out when the resin is curing. So you don't want to have that either. And other than that, I think I'm just going to do a series of these, some different colors, nice blues and greens. I'm going to find some really nice squishes to put in there. So that's about it. But the shine is beautiful when you use resin. That's true. And it is a lot more expensive than just, pouring acrylics. That's the downside of doing things like this. But we'll see. And normally I would just oil these panels with some special oil for wood, and that's it. I don't think I'd like to paint this. So that's about it. Very pretty. Okay. Then the next one is I sent one of my prints away. And let's see, this side up, because here's my little signature. And as you can see, that's pretty cool too. Really shiny. They call this printing on aluminium. And it is very detailed. I'm not sure if you can really, let's see if I can get you. See that? How much detail? It's really sharp, razor sharp. And it's kind of nice, but I just don't know why I have this white thing going, border around it, because I didn't have that. So I'm going to try that again. But this is, every country has those websites where they put your pictures on canvas or aluminium or plexiglass, and this is what it looks like. So I think it's kind of cool. Nice shine to it. The colors do come off it like the original, and that is kind of nice rounded edges, as you can see here. So for the Dutch people, go to Google and then do best canvas. That's it. That's the website, best canvas, and you'll find how you can print these. Now, I also had a lot of pendants, which I put resin on top, and I'm not totally over the moon with them. I'm not going to be using them, I think. They were pretty, I'll show you. See, they did, there is a nice little layer of resin on top, but as you can see here on the back, there's resin. I can't get it off. And if I use sandpaper, that will take off this patina, and you don't want that, so I'm not going to be using these. This one has a little bit of resin here down here, but furthermore it's pretty cool. I might just use this one. As you can see, nice and shiny. Then here's another one, resin on the back. I sure wish I could take that one off because I really love this pour. This is a beautiful one. Then here is a lot. See where I tried to take it off, but it just won't work. And this was one of the really beautiful ones with the mica in the paint. Can you see how that shines? That is beautiful. And this one has the same mica in there. See how the blue there pops up? This one's sort of okay. This doesn't have any on the back, so I might use this one. But I'm just not sure about this. I think I learned a lesson here too, that you don't want to really overfill these settings. Just a tiny bit that it just levels out against the edge, but you don't want it spilling over because that, you know, totally ruins it. Okay, then I had some swipes that I did last week, which I really liked. Now, this isn't popping up because it's not varnished, but I'm pretty sure I can take some really cool pieces out of that. See that? It's sort of dried matte, but we can make sure that it comes back and shines. So that's it for now. Put those away. Now, the colors I'm going to do today is, I'm going to start with the small one just for testing. But I'm going to do really, really beautiful blue, and then orange, and then yellow. Yeah. These are some intense colors. So if you want to know the colors, I'll give them to you. The blue is this one. Yes. It's number 138. It's an opaque color. Then I have this one. The number is 115. It's semi-transparent. Then we have this one, semi-transparent also. And the number is 090. And it's called Cadmium Orange Hue. So those three colors, that's what I'm going to do. Now I mix this up with, why is my dog barking? He normally never barks, but okay. I mix this up with the mix I'm using lately. I'll put the recipe under the video so you can see exactly how I mix this up. There's no silicone in here, and it's really like warm honey. And I think this is the good consistency. And I mixed this Friday. No, I mixed it Thursday. Sorry about that. But I did that because I want all those air bubbles out. Because I'm going to do one of those feather pours, and I don't really want too much bubbles. And now I need a little scissors. So again, I'm going to cut out the triangle. Oh, that's a tear. That's the bad bit about this. They tear really easily. Let's try it from the other side. Nope. I got a tear in there too. Well, we'll just use it. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm really going to layer it in there. So because I don't want too much mixing. No, I want to do the yellow first. Why I choose the yellow instead of the orange is because yellow and blue, it'll give us a sort of a greenish thing if it mixes a little bit. So I might enjoy that. That might be pretty. And then a little bit more blue on top. Okay, let's see how this works. Already got everything mucky. Gotta get myself a little cloth there, people. Don't know where my husband left them. Okay, we can clean that up a little bit. Oops. Okay, that's okay. Now, I think I'll pour from this side. Here we go. And I'm just going back and forth, as you can see. Then I'm gonna let it come over here a little bit. And down there a little bit. That is really pretty, look at that. And almost no air bubbles. And I think if we're gonna do this type of pouring, I think you really have to mix your paint a couple of days ahead of before you pour, because otherwise you get all these little air bubble things. I'm gonna try and do the other side. Okie dokie, oops. Now with this type of pouring, you really have to be careful how you tilt, because when you're pouring the color on, you don't want to tilt too much, because otherwise you don't get the patterns. Well, you'll get different patterns. Maybe you like that, but you got to be careful with that. Now let me get some color that really looks like this. Okay. And it's really about being very careful with the paint. Gotta get some in here. Okay, that fits. See that? That is kind of pretty. Now I'm gonna match some color for the side, because we want those lines, we sort of want to incorporate it into the side, and you don't want to have too many different patterns going over the side, because then that'll be distracting. You don't want that. So that's cool. That one's good. A little bit of orange here. There we go. But I really like this. So I was just testing it so I can do a bigger one. But as you can see, what I said was it'll sort of get into each other, and that is happening here, as you can see. And you gotta like it or you gotta not like it, but sometimes you just can't help it. That's gonna happen. So I'm scraping the bottom so there's not too much paint there. I'll explain why in a bit, because I've seen a couple of people comment on that. But this is it. This is how I'm going to keep it. Now, what I am going to do, I'm going to put it down. I am going to do something to it because even though I love the pattern, I think it needs just a little bit more to be interesting. Because just like this, well, I think it's interesting, but just not enough. So let me clean my hands a little bit. And I'm going to get a little bit of glitter. Bet you couldn't think of that. Okay, what do we put on here? I think I'm gonna go for, nah, not that one. Nope. Sometimes it's really difficult to choose what you're gonna put on there. I'm gonna go for some very, very, very fine art glitter. That's it. That's all I'm gonna do. One little brush of sparkle, and I'm not sure if you can pick that up. I'll show you up close. Yeah, you can see that. Very fine mist of art glitter. This is the finest art glitter you can get. This is really, really fine. And the thing is that the thicker the glitter is, the more it's going to catch the sun, so it's going to be very dominant. But this is almost like the paint has the metallic in it, so that's what I was going for. It's just that little extra thing that makes it just a little bit more fun to look at. So I'm going to put this one away, and I'm going to do, still have some paint in my cup, so I'm going to do one on photo paper. And as you can see, guys, you don't want to be afraid to try new things. As you can see, I'm getting better at this. Well, this isn't meant to be feathery, but I'm getting better at pouring the this type of painting. I want some orange on top. That is really pretty. And we're going to let that one flow down. It has something to it that I really do like. And I don't know why I like it so much. The flow of it, I don't know. But that is something that really, for me, is really appealing. There we go. Look at that. That is pretty. I just might frame this one. Let's make it a little bit bigger here. There we go, that way. We don't want this moving, just this a little bit, so I can cut it out like that. See that? That'll be gorgeous. That is really pretty. Sometimes a new way of pouring really captivates you. I don't know why that is, but it is. So let me put some glitter on this one too, because I'm going to frame it. That's it. Just a little dusting of glitter. One more, and then we're going to go to a bigger one like I promised. I think it's going to be a 30 by 30 or a, ooh, I need some other color. It's going to be a 30 by 30 or a 25 by 25. I'm not sure yet. Well, this one didn't make it. So let's use some of this paint. And of course, oh, that's a pretty green. Of course you can torch this until the end of the day, but there's no silicone in here, so there's also, see that? Nothing happens whatsoever. And if we put some spray on it, we can do that. Now I sprayed it with silicone. Gonna pick up some more color, do it again. And now let's see if we can get some cells. Tiny little ones. And over here some cells, as you can see, but they don't pop up because I've been playing too much with the paint. So that's it. Oh, that would be pretty though if the colors would pop. Look at that. I don't know if you can see it, but there's some beautiful, beautiful things going on. But, well, I can't have them all, all right? There we go. Okay. This is gone to green, so we're going to scrape that off. Now, again, about, because I keep getting comments about the waste of paint and the environment. Yes, people, again, because people think that I just chuck this out and that this gets put in some sort of a landfill or something, that it's gonna be in the environment somehow. That's not the case. I don't wash anything. The only things I wash is like this cloth that I will wash. The gloves I throw away the cups, I throw away this paper, I throw away the plastic sheeting on the table, I throw everything away because I let it get picked up by a company that takes care of it. They do all sorts of things with it. They have a facility with which is government approved. So there are these filters. There's nothing that's going to be hurting the environment. And that's something that people should think about, because I've heard so many times, why don't you use glass? Why don't you use something that you can wash out? By washing everything out, you're going to be putting all this in the water. And in Holland, I don't know if that is the same in other countries, but in Holland, they take that water, they put it through a different facility, and it's sort of, they recycle that water. So I don't want to be putting all this stuff in the water. I really don't, because I think that is something that would feel really bad. So that's why I let these guys come with their big trucks. They collect all this stuff and they take care of it the way it should be taken care of. So that's why I just do this, and I am ready for the next video. Okay guys, I'll see you in a bit. I'm gonna put this one up so you have something to watch, and then I'm going to get ready for the bigger pour. See you in a bit. Love you all to pieces.